Hey guys, what is up? It is Will Havoc here from PSK Gaming, and today I'm bringing out part 2 to how to make a Minecraft animation. And today I'm going to show you how to import lights, and how to use lights, and like how to edit your render settings so everything looks good, and how to make a Minecraft sky and just stuff like that. So yeah, part 1 was how to import your Minecraft world and the textures, and that's what I have right now. So if you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and click on that, and the link will be in the description, or it may be on the right side in like the suggestion area, or you could just click on my channel while you subscribe, that is, and if you're not already, and find it there. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how to like edit your render settings and all that. So again, this is part 2, and then part 3 will also be in the description, and that'll be how to import characters, and how to like use cameras and animate and stuff like that. So yeah, alright, so what we're gonna start off doing is editing the render settings. So your render settings should look something like this. All these things, it may look a little different depending on your computer and stuff like that, and yeah, and you may already have this done, just depending on how advanced you are at Cinema 4D. Alright, so you're going to want to change the width to 1280 and the height to 720, so 1280 by 720p, just pixels. I changed the resolution to 300. That's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it's really up to you. And then the save, you're going to want to change that to a QuickTime movie. And by the way, this stuff we're going to leave for right now. We're going to edit that next episode when we start animating. But the save, you're going to want to make it a QuickTime movie, or maybe like a JPEG if you're just making an image. And go to options, make sure it's on best, 30 frames per second, and animation. Alright, and then we'll worry about the file name and all that later. Make sure it says include sound and 8-bit dithering, and you don't need to worry about this. Go to multipass, and there's nothing to worry about there. Anti-aliasing. This is where it gets confusing. So it's really up to you on what you do here, because depending on how long you want it to render, or depending on your computer, or depending on how like nice you want the animation to look, this is what you'll be changing. So if I had it on none, and I'll show you what I mean right now. So I'm gonna zoom in like a ton here, and you'll see what I mean. So if I render it out right now, it actually, hold on, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, 'cause that's almost too close. You will see that there are like little lines here, and it's not like a straight line. I'll rotate here so you can kind of see better. Yeah, like that. How there's all those little bumps on this line. Well, if I change the anti-aliasing to best, and I just leave it at 1 and 4 it will make it perfectly smooth all the way across. So again, once we add lights and all that, it will make a difference in the render time. But I'm just gonna leave it at best because I think it'll look better, and I may change it depending on how long it takes to render some things in this tutorial. Alright, so everything else is good except we need 2 more things. We need to click on effect down here and click on ambient occlusion and add that, and go get global illumination, or you can just right click and it'll also be there. So yeah, ambient occlusion, don't worry about that. But global illumination, we're gonna go to Irradiance Cache, and change both of these to low, and all that does is make the render time quicker, but it doesn't affect any of the like what it looks like. And then we'll edit this stuff next part, in part 3. Alright, so that's your render settings. So this is what it should look like if you render it out, and it should do this. It should look all black because we turned on global illumination, so that means that we now need to add a light. So I'm going to zoom out here, and there's all different kind of lights that you can add, right? But to add a light, you come up here to add light object, a light. It's a light bulb, and you're gonna click down here, and you depending on what you're going to do in your animation and stuff, this may differ, whatever. But I'm just gonna use an infinite lights, and pretty much what the infinite light does, it's kind of confusing, but it doesn't matter where you place the light. I'm just gonna move it over here just so I can see it better. It doesn't matter where you put the light. It's just where this thing is facing. So right now it's facing that way, so that's why all the light is here, and that's that orange thing. So it's going forward right now. So I'm going to come up here to these tools, and I'm going to click on the rotation tool. So this is the scale tool, the move tool, and the rotation tool. So, and again, sorry, I forgot to mention this. This is to rotate the screen if you're new. Whoops. This is to zoom in and out. And then this is to move like the whole screen. Alright, so I'm just going to rotate this so it's facing it like diagonally, and then go down. And as you can see, that lit up the whole thing a lot more. And that's really nice now. So now we're going to edit some of the light settings. I'm just going to come around here. Just so we can see what it looks like here. Sorry, I don't know why it's so laggy. It is, I don't know. I'm just gonna zoom in a ton here. Alright, there we go, this is fine. And then, yeah. So, go ahead and click on the light object here. And we're gonna adjust the color. So in Minecraft, there's a bit of an orange tint to the sun. So I'm gonna make that a very, very light orange. And it looks like a lot, but it really isn't when you go and render it. Alright, so the intensity you can stay the same, all this stuff. So those are the colors if you want to do the same colors that I did. 255, 236, and 221. I have an infinite shadow, and we're going to edit that in a second. But yeah, you want all this stuff. And yeah. Alright, so you can edit all this stuff if you really want, but I usually don't. And yeah, so we're gonna go to shadows. Usually I use soft shadows, and the difference between soft and dark shadows is that soft shadows don't actually cast a shadow, but what they do is, as you can see, the light is beaming, or beaming, what am I saying, showing on this like this object here on this side, but over here it's darker. So yeah, that's what light is going to do with that. The soft shadow, sorry. And it won't cast any shadows, as you can see, but there's also dark, or retraced hard, what am I saying, sorry, retraced hard, and if you do that, you usually make the color a very, very dark blue, because in Minecraft that's what color it is. The shadows are, and I'm just going to leave the density at 100% and transparency on, or else it'll look really funny. And then when it renders out here, you'll see that it is casting a shadow back here. That's why this part is all black, because I don't have light in there. So I'd want to do that. But yeah, so this looks pretty sweet. And it just depends on what you want, I guess. So yeah, you can see all the shadows. I'm not going to render the whole thing out, but you get the point. So it looks pretty nice. And yeah, alright, so now and again, you can change the density as well. Forgot to mention that. No, I don't really mess with any of these. I mean, you can if you're really detailed and you know what those are, but I mean, I do. I'm not gonna. They don't really affect too much. And yeah, so this is probably your first tutorial, or your first animation, so you're not gonna really want to worry about all that. And then the lens effects. This is pretty much like the sun, like you'll see if. I'll show you what I mean here. So it doesn't really matter where you put the infinite light, like I said, unless you want a lens flare, and so then you're gonna have to move it. So it won't affect what way the light's facing or anything. It's just gonna move where you want the sun to be. I want the sun to be over here, so hold on. I'm gonna go up here and then I'm gonna go down. So that's where I want the sun to be. So then if I rendered it like this, then it would render, you'll see what I mean. If I turn the glow on, and I'll change this. I don't know which one I usually use. I think he's Sun 1 usually, and then the reflectives. Yeah, I'm gonna change this down a lot, cause that's usually really bright. And actually, no, it may be this thing. We'll find out. And then I think I use Zoom. No, Star 1. That's what I use. So if I rendered it out right now, you won't see it right away. And wow, that looks really messed up because we don't have the sky yet. But it'll render at the very end. So I don't know why it looks messed up here. Oh, it's probably because we don't have the sky. But yeah, like as you can see, it's gonna be a lens flare. So it looks pretty nice if you have an animation in there. And the lens flare will follow your camera and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the sky, because that is something really big that you need. And yeah. Some people use physical skies, and some people use skies. I like to use physical skies, and there's a reason why. Alright? So this is what it'll look like now. I mean, it's pretty nice looking right now. I don't know what sky this is. I wish I could tell you. Because usually, yeah. So I could do this and load the sky present. So I don't know what the sky this is. This is really nice, so hopefully it pops up with this one for you. If not, I'll do another one just in case. But you can set the time, which is really nice. And I'm going to change, yeah, the sun is that color. All that. And then, actually, and you may not even need the light if you use a physical sky. So I'm going to turn off show moon, stars, planets. I want stars actually. And then I'm going to come to basic here. And I'm going to turn on clouds. So I want clouds. And it'll pop up with the clouds thing here. And sorry, I'm going really fast on this because I don't think this is right. But I guess we'll find out. So I want all of them off, I think. Except for layer 1. Yeah. And right now it's at Naki. But I wanted at cell noise. And then you can change the density way down. Change the coverage down. And now if we rendered out the sky, then it would show the blocks kind of like Minecraft. So you'll see like how they're in squares. So it looks pretty nice. If I show the sun again here. Oh, and I forgot one big thing. Sorry, hold on. I need to change. I forgot to do this. My fault, guys. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah. It's here. All right, go to sky and go to horizon. Sorry, I'm tired. Horizon. Start and change that way down because you want this under the world. So it may look a little weird. Like mine probably will look a little weird here, yeah. Because, whoa, I'm sorry, this looks really weird. But you can edit that to whatever you want. But you see what I mean, what it does here. So I probably want it there or something. So you can do that, but I'm gonna load a sky real quick just in case it didn't pop up the same thing. So sorry if you guys had to go all through that and it didn't look the same for you. So I'm gonna go to load sky preset. Sorry, not present. Preset. And I usually choose. They're all the same. I think they're just doubled. Yeah. I usually choose this one, but there's another one up there, so it doesn't matter. Time and location, I'm going to click now. So it's daytime. Sky. Whoa. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to turn on sky objects, because I don't want sky objects. And let's see what happens if I turn off the light. Yeah, this may already have the sky. Clouds on. Clouds turn on layer 1 again. And cell noise. All that again. Huh. We're gonna see something real quick. Dang. I don't know why it's so bright. Well, oh. The sun. There we go. Let's see what happens here. What does it look like? Yeah, so it looks pretty nice. And yeah. Or I can just turn off the sun. So yeah, that's the sky. The physical sky. But if you don't want a physical sky, then we can also use the regular just sky. And for that, you're going to want to double click down here to make a new material. Turn on, actually leave on specular. Got a color here. Click on here, and just kidding. Whoops. I'm missing one. What am I? Oh. I'm sorry, guys. What am I saying? Hold on here. I'm sorry. I'm missing. Okay, gradient. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Click on gradient here. Go down here to gradient, and then click on this, and change it to a V. The V. And I'm gonna change this to two blues. So like a sky blue. I want it a darker blue, and then I want it at a really, really light blue. So there we go. And now sometimes I'll do this. I'll do that. Because oh yeah, sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna do that just so that's what the bottom of the world looks like. You can see what I mean in a second. So you can just X out of that, and then drag that onto the sky here. And so down the lower you go, it gets darker. So right now, if I rendered this again, rendered it. Sorry guys, I'm not being super clear, and I feel kind of bad right now. And this version doesn't show any clouds. So that's kind of the downside to it. That you can't add clouds, but I think it looks a little better. As you can see, looks a lot neater, I guess, in a way. So yeah. So that's the sky. Alright, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much part 2. I mean, we added the sky, and I showed you both types of the sky, but I like the regular sky here. I showed you the light, and I got that all set up for you, and I also showed you how to set up the render settings. So I mean, I'm gonna just come over here real quick and make like a dramatic scene here just to end up the video. And yeah guys, like the video if it helped you, and I hope it did. So yeah, like the video if it helped you, and don't forget to subscribe and watch part 3, guys. So yeah, I'll render it out real quick. So you've got the shadows here. I think I'm on regular. Yeah, you got the shadows, you got the sky, and it looks really, really nice. Now all we just need to do is get the rig imported into Cinema 4D, and you are set up here. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. Like I said, comment if you had any questions or anything I can elaborate on, because I'll try to answer your questions and get back as soon as possible, just so I can help you guys out that way. And I mean, yeah, this is I think I'm not gonna put this world download in the description unless you guys want me to, because I mean, it's just pyramids I made, and Yeah, I don't really know. I was gonna do a lot more, but it just kind of stopped in this world. So, yeah, it looks pretty nice. The light does. The render settings look pretty sweet. The shadows are good. And I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. And yeah, so I'm gonna speed this part up. So you guys can see what it looks like at the end. But yeah, guys. So, yeah. So yeah, guys, this is what the finished render looks like, and too bad if you already clicked away. Those guys missed out, but yeah, so the sun looks pretty good. The lens flare looks pretty good. But I'm just gonna turn down the sun real quick here to like 50 or 40%. But yeah, guys, so again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to watch part 3. So thanks.